On that infamous day of December 3, 1976, Bob Marley and his wife, Rita, narrowly escaped an assassination attempt in Kingston, Jamaica. The attack left Rita seriously injured, but the couple managed to escape unscathed. At first glance, it seemed like just another case of violence in a country plagued by gang warfare and government corruption. However, as the truth began to unravel, a more sinister plot started to emerge. The attack was widely attributed to the government-backed group, the 12 Tribes of Israel. But was this just a convenient scapegoat, or was there more to the story? Some insiders claim that the CIA had a hand in the assassination attempt, designed to silence Marley's growing influence. You see, Marley's music had become a powerful tool for the Jamaican people, a voice for the voiceless, and a call to action against the oppressive government. As Marley's popularity soared, so did the CIA's interest in the reggae legend. In the 1970s, the CIA was known to be involved in covert operations in Jamaica, backing the government and its military forces. Marley, with his powerful message of unity and freedom, had become a threat to their plans. The CIA had a history of silencing dissenting voices, and Marley was no exception. But what makes this story even more intriguing is the involvement of the US government's infamous Operation Gladio. Gladio, a covert operation aimed at destabilizing and infiltrating left-wing governments in Europe and the Americas, had a significant presence in Jamaica during the 1970s. The operation's goal was to create chaos and undermine the government's authority, paving the way for a US-backed regime. Now, you might be wondering how Marley's assassination attempt fits into this larger scheme. Well, some sources suggest that the CIA, in collaboration with the Jamaican government and Operation Gladio, orchestrated the attack to eliminate Marley and silence his message of resistance. The theory goes that Marley's growing influence and popularity posed a significant threat to the US-backed government and its plans for Jamaica. Rita Marley, Bob's wife, would later speak out about the incident, claiming that the attack was a deliberate attempt on their lives. She stated that the bullets were meant for Marley, not her, and that the shooter was a member of the CIA-backed group. Her testimony raises more questions than answers, leaving us wondering if the truth about the assassination attempt will ever be revealed. As the investigation into the attack unfolded, it became clear that the authorities were more interested in covering up the truth than getting to the bottom of the matter. The government, backed by the CIA, seemed to be in a hurry to silence Marley and his message. The question is, why? What did Marley's music and message pose to the powers that be that they were willing to go to such great lengths to silence him? The Marley assassination attempt remains one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. As we piece together the fragments of evidence, one thing becomes clear: the CIA and the US government were far more involved in Jamaican politics than previously thought. The question is, what else were they hiding? The implications of this story are far-reaching and profound. If the CIA did indeed orchestrate the assassination attempt, it raises questions about the agency's role in global politics and its willingness to silence dissenting voices. It also highlights the close ties between the US government and its allies in the Caribbean, revealing a web of corruption and deceit that goes far beyond the shores of Jamaica. As we continue to unravel the truth about the Marley assassination attempt, one thing becomes clear: the line between music and politics is often blurred. Bob Marley's music was more than just a reflection of his soul, it was a call to action, a beacon of hope in a world plagued by oppression and inequality. And for that, he was willing to risk everything. The question remains, what would have happened if Marley had been silenced? Would the world have been a different place without his music and message of unity and resistance? The answer, much like the truth about the assassination attempt, remains shrouded in mystery. But one thing is certain: Bob Marley's legacy lives on, a testament to the power of music and the human spirit. As we delve deeper into the world of Bob Marley and the CIA's alleged involvement in his assassination attempt, one thing becomes clear: the truth is far more complex and sinister than we ever imagined. The question is, what other secrets lie hidden in the shadows of history, waiting to be uncovered? And that's where we leave you for now. Join us next time as we continue to explore the fascinating story of Bob Marley and the CIA's alleged involvement in his assassination attempt. In the meantime, share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the CIA's alleged role in Marley's assassination attempt? Do you believe the US government was involved in silencing the reggae legend? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more engaging content. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to continue this journey with you. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. You've likely heard of the legendary reggae musician Bob Marley, but have you ever wondered if the CIA was involved in his attempted assassination? Well, buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive into a world of intrigue and conspiracy. In this section, we'll explore the CIA's Jamaican connection and uncover some shocking secrets that might just change the way you think about Bob Marley's life. In the 1970s, Jamaica was a hotbed of social and political unrest. The country was plagued by violence, corruption, and poverty, and the CIA was right in the middle of it all. As part of their Cold War efforts, the CIA was backing the Jamaican government's suppression of left-wing groups, and their influence went all the way to the top. Now, you might be wondering, what's the CIA's connection to Bob Marley? Well, one of the CIA's key assets in Jamaica was a man named Barry Geller. Geller was a wealthy businessman with ties to the agency, and he had a reputation for being ruthless in his dealings. But what's fascinating is that Geller also had a personal connection to Bob Marley. It turns out that Geller had invested in Marley's music career, and the two men had even become friends. But as Marley's popularity grew, so did his radical politics, and Geller's CIA connections might have become a liability. Was Geller using his influence to manipulate Marley's message or even orchestrate his assassination? The more we dig into the CIA's Jamaican connection, the more questions we have. What role did Geller play in Marley's life, and did he have a hand in the assassination attempt? We're not saying that Geller was directly involved, but it's clear that the CIA's influence on Jamaica's politics created a powder keg of tension that ultimately led to Marley's attempted murder. Now, imagine you're walking down the streets of Kingston, Jamaica, in the summer of 1976. The air is thick with the smell of ganja, and the sound of reggae music fills the air. Marley is at the height of his fame, and his message of unity and love is resonating with people all over the world. But beneath the surface, a different story is unfolding. As Marley prepares to leave for a concert in the United States, his wife, Rita, is suddenly attacked by a group of gunmen. The attempt on her life is a brazen act of violence that seems to have no motive or connection to Marley's music. Or does it? We know that the CIA was involved in a range of covert operations in Jamaica during this time, and their influence extended far beyond the government. But what's remarkable is that Marley's music was seen as a threat to the CIA's interests. His message of unity and love was a direct challenge to the agency's Cold War ideology, and his influence on the Jamaican people was growing by the day. As we explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, one thing becomes clear: the agency's influence on Marley's life was far more complex and nuanced than we ever imagined. But what's even more shocking is that Marley's attempted assassination was just the tip of the iceberg. We're not just talking about a simple case of violence or a random act of terrorism. We're talking about a conspiracy that involved some of the most powerful forces in the world. And the more we dig into the CIA's Jamaican connection, the more we realize that Marley's life was a pawn in a much larger game. So, what do you think? Was the CIA involved in Bob Marley's attempted assassination? Did Barry Geller have a hand in the plot, or was he just an unwitting pawn in a larger game? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As we continue to explore the world of Bob Marley and the CIA, one thing's for sure: the truth is complex, and the conspiracy is multifaceted. But what's most important is that we remember the power of music to unite and inspire us, even in the face of adversity. So, let's keep exploring, and let's keep the conversation going. In the next section, we'll delve deeper into the world of Bob Marley and the CIA, and uncover even more shocking secrets. Stay tuned. In the 1970s, Jamaica was a country on the brink of chaos. Corruption, violence, and political instability were rampant, with the government struggling to maintain control. The streets of Kingston were a battleground, where gangs and politicians fought for power. Amidst this turmoil, a new movement was emerging: the Black Power movement. This powerful movement, which had its roots in the 1960s, was gaining momentum in Jamaica. Its message of self-empowerment and unity resonated deeply with the island's African diaspora. As the movement grew, it became clear that it posed a significant threat to the government's power. The Black Power movement was not just a social phenomenon, it was a political force to be reckoned with. So, what impact might Marley's music have had on Jamaica's politics? At first glance, it might seem like a stretch to connect the dots between Marley's songs and the country's politics. But think about it: Marley's music was not just music, it was a call to action. His songs like "I Shot the Sheriff" and "Burnin' and Blood" were rallying cries for the oppressed. They captured the spirit of resistance and defiance that defined the Black Power movement. Marley's message was not just about music, it was about politics. He was a symbol of hope for the marginalized and oppressed. His music gave voice to the voiceless and inspired a generation of Jamaicans to take a stand. As the Black Power movement grew in influence, Marley's music became a powerful tool for social change. But with great power comes great risk. As Marley's music became more popular, he attracted the attention of the government. The Jamaican authorities saw him as a threat to their power and began to take steps to silence him. Marley's music was not just a form of expression, it was a call to action that threatened the status quo. In a country plagued by corruption and violence, Marley's message of unity and self-empowerment was a threat to the powers that be. The government saw him as a danger to their control and began to plot against him. But what exactly was the government's plan? Was it to silence Marley outright or to manipulate him into becoming a tool for their own agenda? The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics is a complex and murky topic. But one thing is clear, the agency had a significant presence in Jamaica during the 1970s. The CIA's Jamaican connection was a web of intrigue and deception that involved some of the most powerful people in the country. And at the center of it all was Bob Marley, a man who had become a symbol of hope and resistance for the people of Jamaica. As we delve deeper into the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a web of conspiracy and deceit that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What was happening in Jamaica in the 1970s, and how did Marley's music fit into the larger narrative of the country's politics? Jamaica in the 1970s was a country in crisis. The economy was in shambles, and the government was struggling to maintain control. The Black Power movement was gaining momentum, and Marley's music was at the forefront of this movement. As the government saw Marley's music as a threat to their power, they began to take steps to silence him. But what exactly did this mean for Marley's safety? As we explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a complex web of intrigue and deception that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, let's take a closer look at the events that led up to this moment. What exactly happened on that fateful day in December 1976, and how did Marley's music play a role in the events that unfolded? The assassination attempt on December 3, 1976, was a pivotal moment in Marley's life. The incident left Rita seriously injured, but Marley himself escaped unscathed. But what exactly led up to this moment, and how did Marley's music play a role in the events that unfolded? As we explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a complex web of intrigue and deception that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, let's take a closer look at the events that led up to this moment. What exactly happened in Jamaica in the 1970s, and how did Marley's music fit into the larger narrative of the country's politics? The answers to these questions will take us on a journey through the darker side of Jamaican politics and into the heart of the CIA's Jamaican connection. As we continue to explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a complex web of intrigue and deception that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What was happening in Jamaica in the 1970s, and how did Marley's music fit into the larger narrative of the country's politics? The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics is a complex and murky topic. But one thing is clear, the agency had a significant presence in Jamaica during the 1970s. The CIA's Jamaican connection was a web of intrigue and deception that involved some of the most powerful people in the country. And at the center of it all was Bob Marley, a man who had become a symbol of hope and resistance for the people of Jamaica. As we explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a complex web of intrigue and deception that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, let's take a closer look at the events that led up to this moment. What exactly happened in Jamaica in the 1970s, and how did Marley's music fit into the larger narrative of the country's politics? In the 1970s, Jamaica was a country in crisis. The economy was in shambles, and the government was struggling to maintain control. The Black Power movement was gaining momentum, and Marley's music was at the forefront of this movement. As the government saw Marley's music as a threat to their power, they began to take steps to silence him. But what exactly did this mean for Marley's safety? The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics is a complex and murky topic. But one thing is clear, the agency had a significant presence in Jamaica during the 1970s. The CIA's Jamaican connection was a web of intrigue and deception that involved some of the most powerful people in the country. And at the center of it all was Bob Marley, a man who had become a symbol of hope and resistance for the people of Jamaica. As we explore the CIA's Jamaican connection, we'll uncover a complex web of intrigue and deception that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about Bob Marley's attempted assassination. But before we get there, as we continue our journey into the world of Bob Marley's attempted assassination, we're now going to explore a crucial aspect of his story, his music. You see, Marley's message of love, unity, and social justice resonated deeply with people across Jamaica and beyond. His songs were a powerful call to action, inspiring people to rise up against oppression and fight for their rights. Imagine being in the midst of a chaotic Kingston, with the sounds of reggae music blasting through the streets. Marley's songs were the soundtrack to a social revolution, a movement that would change the course of Jamaican history. But Marley's music was more than just a catchy tune, it was a powerful message that threatened the status quo. The Jamaican government, led by Prime Minister Michael Manley, saw Marley's message as a threat to their power. They viewed him as a potential leader of the opposition, and his music as a rallying cry for the people. Manley's government was notorious for its corruption and violence, and they knew that Marley's message of love and unity was a direct challenge to their authority. But what's fascinating is that Marley's music was not just a reaction to the social and economic conditions in Jamaica, it was also a reflection of his own personal experiences. Born in the rural town of Trenchtown, Marley grew up in poverty, witnessing firsthand the struggles of the working class. His music was a testament to the resilience and determination of the Jamaican people, who had endured centuries of colonialism and oppression. One of Marley's most iconic songs, Redemption Song, is a powerful example of this. Released in 1979, the song features Marley's haunting vocals and a simple, yet effective guitar riff. The lyrics are a poignant reflection on the struggles of the African diaspora, with Marley singing about the legacy of slavery and the need for redemption. But what's often overlooked is the context in which Redemption Song was written. Marley was in exile at the time, living in London and struggling to come to terms with the attempted assassination attempt on his life. The song was a cathartic release of his emotions, a way of processing the trauma and pain he had experienced. And yet, despite the personal nature of the song, Redemption Song has become an anthem for the oppressed, a call to action for people all over the world. Its message of hope and resilience has inspired countless movements and social justice campaigns, from the civil rights movement in the United States to the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa. Marley's music was a powerful force for change, and his message of love and unity continues to resonate today. But as we explore the CIA's possible involvement in his attempted assassination, it's clear that Marley's music was also seen as a threat to the status quo. The question is, did Marley's music inadvertently become a rallying cry for the opposition, making him a target for the government? As we delve deeper into this conspiracy theory, we'll explore the CIA's Jamaican connection and how it may have led to Marley's attempted assassination. But for now, let's take a step back and appreciate the power of Marley's music. His message of love and unity continues to inspire people around the world, a testament to the enduring power of his art. But what do you think? Do you believe that Marley's music was a threat to the government, or was it simply a reflection of the social and economic conditions in Jamaica? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. In our next section, we'll explore the CIA's Jamaican connection in more detail, and how it may have led to Marley's attempted assassination. We'll examine the role of the CIA in Jamaican politics, and how their actions may have contributed to the instability and violence that plagued the island. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the power of Marley's music, and the enduring legacy of his message of love and unity. As we move forward, we'll continue to explore the complex web of conspiracy and intrigue that surrounds Marley's attempted assassination. Stay tuned, folks, it's going to be a wild ride. As we continue to unravel the mystery surrounding Bob Marley's attempted assassination, we're now going to take a closer look at the government's crackdown on left-wing groups in the mid-1970s. You see, this was a pivotal moment in Jamaican history, and it's a story that's still shrouded in controversy today. The government's actions were a response to the growing threat of the Black Power movement, which was gaining momentum across the island. This movement, inspired by the Black Panther Party in the United States, was advocating for social justice and equality for Black people in Jamaica. But the government saw it as a threat to its power, and it launched a crackdown on the movement, arresting and imprisoning many of its leaders. Now, you might be wondering what this has to do with Bob Marley. Well, as we've established, Marley's message of love and unity was resonating deeply with the people of Jamaica, and his music was becoming a powerful force for change. But the government was getting nervous, and it saw Marley as a potential threat to its authority. In fact, some people have even suggested that the CIA had a hand in the government's crackdown, and that it was using Jamaican authorities to silence Marley and other left-wing activists. But what's the evidence for this claim? Well, let's take a look at some of the key players involved. One of the key figures was a man named Edward Seaga, who was a key advisor to the Jamaican government at the time. Seaga was known for his close ties to the CIA, and some people have suggested that he was instrumental in the government's crackdown on the Black Power movement. Now, you might be thinking, but what about the CIA's role in the assassination attempt? Well, that's a story for another time, but let's just say that there are some very interesting connections between the CIA and the Jamaican government during this period. For example, did you know that the CIA had a secret operation in Jamaica during the 1970s, aimed at destabilizing the country and paving the way for a right-wing government? It's a story that's still shrouded in secrecy, but it's an important part of the context surrounding Marley's attempted assassination. As we explore these complex and often contradictory events, it's worth remembering that the truth is often hidden behind a veil of secrecy and deception. So, let's keep digging, and see where this journey takes us next. But before we move on, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What was the government trying to achieve with its crackdown on the Black Power movement? And what did this have to do with Bob Marley's music and message? We'll explore these questions and more as we continue our journey into the world of Bob Marley's attempted assassination. You see, this is a story that's full of twists and turns, and it's a story that continues to captivate and inspire people to this day. So, let's keep following the trail of clues, and see where it takes us next. Will we uncover the truth behind the CIA's alleged involvement in the assassination attempt? Or will we stumble upon even more surprising connections and conspiracies? Stay tuned to find out. We're now at a critical juncture in this story, and it's time to ask some tough questions. What role did the CIA play in the government's crackdown on the Black Power movement? And what did this have to do with Bob Marley's attempted assassination? We'll explore these questions and more as we continue to unravel the mystery surrounding Marley's story. As we move forward, keep in mind that the truth is often hidden behind a veil of secrecy and deception. So, let's keep digging, and see where this journey takes us next. With each new discovery, we'll get closer to uncovering the truth behind Bob Marley's attempted assassination. And who knows? We might even stumble upon some surprising connections and conspiracies along the way. But for now, let's take a break and come back to this story with a fresh perspective. When we return, we'll be exploring some very interesting connections between the CIA and the Jamaican government. And we'll be asking some tough questions about the role of the CIA in the assassination attempt. Stay tuned to find out more. The assassination attempt, a CIA operation. As we continue to unravel the mystery surrounding Bob Marley's attempted assassination, a question lingers: was the CIA involved? While the official investigation into the assassination attempt was inconclusive, many believe that the CIA had a hand in it. This theory suggests that the CIA backed the government's crackdown on opposition groups, including the Black Power movement. But what evidence might support the theory that the CIA was involved in Marley's assassination attempt? Well, let's take a closer look at some of the key players involved. You see, in the mid-1970s, Jamaica was in a state of turmoil. The government, led by Prime Minister Michael Manley, was under pressure from various groups, including the Black Power movement, who were pushing for more radical change. Now, here's where things get interesting. The CIA, at the time, was known to be backing the Jamaican government's efforts to suppress the Black Power movement. They saw the movement as a threat to their interests in the region, and they were willing to do whatever it took to stop it. But was this just a coincidence, or was the CIA involved in Marley's assassination attempt? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence to support the theory is the involvement of a CIA agent named Donald H. Birch. Birch was stationed in Jamaica at the time of the assassination attempt and was known to have ties to the Jamaican government. Some researchers believe that Birch may have played a key role in setting up the assassination attempt, using his connections within the government to facilitate the plot. But why would the CIA want to kill Marley? Well, one theory is that Marley's message of unity and social justice was seen as a threat to the CIA's interests in the region. Marley's music was a powerful force, capable of mobilizing people and inspiring change. The CIA, on the other hand, was more interested in maintaining the status quo and keeping the region under their control. As we continue to explore this theory, it's essential to remember that we're not just talking about a single event, we're talking about a complex web of interests and motivations that span decades. The CIA's involvement in the assassination attempt, if it did occur, would be just one piece of a much larger puzzle. But what do you think? Do you believe that the CIA was involved in Marley's assassination attempt? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As we continue to delve into this mystery, one thing is clear: the truth is out there, and it's up to us to find it. In the next section, we'll explore the aftermath of the assassination attempt and how it affected Marley's music and message. But for now, let's keep the conversation going. What do you think is the most compelling piece of evidence to support the theory that the CIA was involved in Marley's assassination attempt? Let us know in the comments below. The CIA's involvement in Marley's assassination attempt is a complex and intriguing topic. As we continue to explore this theory, it's essential to remember that the truth is often hidden beneath the surface. But with persistence and dedication, we can uncover the truth and shed light on the mysteries that surround us. Let's keep the conversation going and uncover the truth together. In the next section, we'll explore the aftermath of the assassination attempt and how it affected Marley's music and message. But for now, let's take a closer look at some of the key players involved in the CIA's alleged involvement. Donald H. Birch, the CIA agent stationed in Jamaica at the time of the assassination attempt, is a key figure in this theory. Some researchers believe that Birch may have played a key role in setting up the assassination attempt, using his connections within the government to facilitate the plot. But what do you think? Do you believe that Birch was involved in the assassination attempt? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The CIA's alleged involvement in Marley's assassination attempt is a complex and intriguing topic. As we continue to explore this theory, it's essential to remember that the truth is often hidden beneath the surface. But with persistence and dedication, we can uncover the truth and shed light on the mysteries that surround us. Let's keep the conversation going and uncover the truth together. In the next section, we'll explore the aftermath of the assassination attempt and how it affected Marley's music and message. The aftermath: imagine waking up every morning, knowing that your life depends on it. For Bob Marley, that reality became a harsh truth after his attempted assassination in 1976. The trauma he experienced forced him to flee Jamaica, seeking exile in the United States. But even in a foreign land, Marley's music continued to inspire people around the world. His message of love, unity, and freedom resonated with fans from all walks of life. As Marley navigated the aftermath of the assassination attempt, he never forgot the trauma he experienced. In fact, it had a profound impact on his music, shaping the themes and messages he conveyed through his songs. Jamming, a track from his iconic album, Exodus, is a perfect example of this. With its laid-back vibes and socially conscious lyrics, jamming became an anthem for the oppressed, a call to action for those fighting against injustice. But what legacy did Marley leave behind, and did it have a lasting impact on Jamaica's politics? The answer lies in the impact he had on Jamaican culture. Marley's music became a symbol of resistance against the government's crackdown on left-wing groups. His legacy continues to inspire a new generation of artists, activists, and politicians who are fighting for social justice and equality. One notable example is the Rastafarian movement, which Marley was deeply connected to. This movement, founded in Jamaica in the 1930s, emphasizes the importance of black pride, unity, and self-empowerment. Marley's music helped to popularize the movement, making it a global phenomenon. Today, Rastafarianism remains a powerful force in Jamaican politics, with many politicians and activists drawing inspiration from Marley's music and ideology. The CIA's alleged involvement in Marley's assassination attempt may never be fully confirmed, but one thing is clear: the impact of that event was far-reaching. It forced Marley to re-examine his life, his music, and his role in the world. And it's this re-examination that led to some of his most iconic and enduring works. As we continue to unravel the mystery surrounding Marley's life and legacy, one thing becomes clear: his impact extends far beyond his music. He became a symbol of hope, a beacon of light in a world plagued by darkness and despair. And it's this legacy that continues to inspire people around the world, a testament to the power of music to transcend borders, cultures, and ideologies. But what do you think, viewers? Do you believe that the CIA was involved in Marley's assassination attempt? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more engaging content on music, politics, and culture. Let's keep the conversation going, and remember, in the words of Bob Marley himself, don't worry about a thing, every little thing is gonna be alright. The CIA's legacy. The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics during the 1970s was a pivotal moment in the country's history. But what does this mean for today? Let's dive in and explore the lasting impact of the CIA's actions. Imagine a country where politics and power are intertwined like a web of intrigue. That's Jamaica in the 1970s. The CIA was secretly funding and backing opposition groups, aiming to undermine the government and install a more US-friendly regime. It's a classic case of regime change, but with a twist. The CIA's actions were meant to promote stability, not create chaos. Or so they claimed. In reality, the CIA's meddling had a devastating effect on Jamaica's stability. The country descended into chaos, with corruption and violence becoming the norm. Many believe that the CIA's actions contributed to this instability, creating a toxic environment that still affects the country today. One of the most significant consequences of the CIA's involvement was the erosion of trust in institutions. Jamaicans lost faith in their government, and the country's once thriving economy began to crumble. It's a lesson that's been repeated time and time again: when foreign powers intervene in a country's internal affairs, the results are often catastrophic. So, what can we learn from the CIA's legacy in Jamaica? For one, it highlights the dangers of regime change as a means of promoting democracy. When external powers try to shape a country's politics, the consequences can be disastrous. Instead, we should focus on supporting local leaders and institutions that are committed to transparency and accountability. But there's another lesson to be learned here: the importance of self-reliance. Jamaica's experience shows that when a country relies too heavily on external powers, it can lead to a loss of autonomy and control. By building strong, local institutions and economies, countries can avoid the pitfalls of foreign intervention and create a more stable and prosperous future. It's a message that resonates today, as we see the impact of foreign intervention in countries like Ukraine and Syria. The CIA's legacy in Jamaica serves as a warning: when we intervene in other countries' affairs, we risk creating more problems than we solve. As we look to the future, it's clear that the CIA's legacy in Jamaica is a complex and multifaceted one. On the one hand, it highlights the dangers of foreign intervention and the importance of self-reliance. On the other hand, it shows that even the most well-intentioned actions can have unintended consequences. So, what do you think? Can we learn from the CIA's mistakes, or are we doomed to repeat them? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. As we continue to explore the mystery surrounding Bob Marley's attempted assassination, one thing is clear: the CIA's legacy in Jamaica is a lesson that we can't afford to forget. The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics during the 1970s was a pivotal moment in the country's history, and its impact is still felt today. But what can we learn from this experience, and how might we apply those lessons to the world today? Here's the 454-word script for the Legacy of Bob Marley section. You know, Bob Marley's music is more than just a collection of songs. It's a movement, a message of love and unity that resonates across cultures. His legacy is a testament to the power of music to inspire, to uplift, and to bring people together. But Bob Marley's impact extends far beyond his music. He was a passionate advocate for social justice, using his platform to speak out against inequality and oppression. From his early days as a reggae artist in Jamaica to his international fame, Bob Marley remained committed to his values of love, unity, and equality. He saw the world as one big family, and he wanted to bring people together through his music. His commitment to social justice inspired a new generation of leaders, from activists to politicians, to take a stand for what they believed in. One of the most fascinating aspects of Bob Marley's legacy is its global reach. His music has been translated into countless languages, and his message of love and unity has resonated with people from all walks of life. In Africa, his music has inspired a new wave of artists and activists, while in the United States, his legacy has influenced everything from hip-hop to rock music. In fact, it's estimated that over 70% of the world's population has been touched by his music in some way. But what does this mean for today? How might Bob Marley's legacy shape our understanding of politics and activism? For one thing, it highlights the power of grassroots movements to bring about change. Bob Marley's music may have been a catalyst for social justice, but it was the people who listened to it, who were inspired by it, who made a difference. His legacy reminds us that even the smallest acts of courage and compassion can add up to make a big impact. It's also worth noting that Bob Marley's legacy is more than just a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era. His music and message remain relevant today, tackling issues like inequality, climate change, and social justice. In fact, his music has been used in everything from protests to charity events, inspiring a new generation of activists to take action. So, what's the impact of Bob Marley's legacy on the world today? One thing's for sure, it's a reminder that music has the power to change lives, to bring people together, and to inspire us to be our best selves. His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of love, unity, and compassion, and it's a message that continues to resonate with people around the world. As we look to the future, it's clear that Bob Marley's legacy will continue to shape our understanding of politics and activism. His music and message remain a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up for what we believe in, of fighting for justice and equality, and of treating each other with love and respect. So, let's keep his legacy alive, and let's continue to use his music and message to make a difference in the world. In the final chapter of Bob Marley's story, we find ourselves facing a question that's both haunting and profound. What if the CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics was more than just a shadowy presence? What if they actually wanted him dead? The year was 1981, and Bob Marley's health was in a downward spiral. He had been diagnosed with cancer, and despite the world's best efforts, he couldn't shake it off. On May 11, 1981, Bob Marley passed away, marking the end of an era in Jamaican music and politics. As we reflect on Marley's passing, it's hard not to wonder, could the CIA's actions have played a role in his untimely demise? We've explored the CIA's legacy and its impact on Jamaica's politics, but the questions remain: what final thoughts can we take away from Marley's story, and how might they shape our understanding of politics, music, and activism? You see, Marley's legacy continues to inspire people around the world, with his music and message of love remaining timeless. But let's not forget the context. The CIA's involvement in Jamaica's politics was a complex web of intrigue and power struggles. We've seen how the CIA's actions in Jamaica's troubled past have left a lasting impact on the country's politics and culture. And yet, despite the challenges Marley faced, his music and message of love continue to resonate with people from all walks of life. In many ways, Marley's story is a testament to the power of music to transcend borders, cultures, and even politics. His message of love and unity continues to inspire people to this day, and his music remains a powerful force for change. But as we reflect on Marley's passing, we're left with a question: what if the CIA's involvement in his life was more than just a coincidence? What if they actually wanted him dead? The implications are staggering. If the CIA was involved in Marley's death, what does that say about the agency's priorities and values? And how might that shape our understanding of politics, music, and activism? These are the questions that linger in our minds as we reflect on Marley's story, and the CIA's legacy continues to cast a long shadow over the world of politics and music. As we close this chapter on Bob Marley's story, we're left with a sense of awe and reverence for the man and his music. But we're also left with questions: what final thoughts can we take away from Marley's story, and how might they shape our understanding of politics, music, and activism? The answers, much like Marley's music, remain timeless and universal, inspiring us to keep pushing forward, even in the face of adversity.